Donald Trump doesn't have to worry about fighting his own battles because apparently he has enough MAGA allies out there willing to say these stupid things that he doesn't need to say, even though he typically says them himself anyway. But nevertheless, this week, MAGA lawyer Mike Davis, who of course has been in headlines over the last few months for saying crazy and outrageous things, is back in the headlines for saying a crazy and outrageous thing that, of course, has no bearing in reality. This Trump-loving lawyer appeared on the Benny Johnson show, where he not only told Judge Juan Merchan, who has scheduled Donald Trump's sentencing for Friday, that he needed to lawyer up, but he also told him, go to hell. Here is Mike Davis's official statement. I would say to Juan Merchan, you better also lawyer up because what you're doing is also a very serious federal civil rights felony. Again, 18 U.S. Code 241. Juan Merchan can also go to hell. Lawyer up, buddy. Just point of order there. You had two sentences where you said the word also 4 times. 4 times in 2 sentences, the word also. Maybe find a new word. I don't know. Buy a dictionary. Buy a thesaurus if you need to, Mike. But it just sounds really dumb when you just use the same word over and over again. For those not familiar with it, 18 U.S. Code Section 241 says that it is a violation, a felony, if 2 or more people conspire to violate somebody's civil rights. So I don't know why he specifically said that's what we're going to use to go after Judge Juan Merchan, but that's not even close to being applicable here. You're talking about a judge who was assigned a case. Like, what are you even trying to do here, Mike? You're allegedly a lawyer. I'm assuming clearly not that great of one, but you did go to law school. You've passed a bar. And you're saying that Judge Juan Merchan being appointed to oversee a case is somehow a conspiracy to violate Donald Trump's civil rights, when in reality, that's literally how lawsuits and criminal proceedings go. You can't sue over that. But don't worry, folks. He doesn't just want to go after Juan Merchan. He wants to go after the prosecutors who prosecuted the Capitol rioters. Because later on, he went on and said this, that in my opinion is equally insane. But he said, we should absolutely bring civil lawsuits against Biden prosecutors. They should not indemnify them. They should not pay any federal funds for what these prosecutors have done. They should let these prosecutors get sued in their individual capacities and have to hire their own private lawyers to defend themselves. This could mean the destruction of the people who did this. This could mean financial, political, and personal destructive for the people who did this. I mean, these aren't just idle threats. Also, by the way, legally speaking, you can't prosecute or sue a prosecutor for handling a case that they were assigned. Okay. These were not private lawyers that went out and did this. These were employees at the Department of Justice that were assigned these cases. That is not an actionable offense. That is not something you can sue people for civilly. And if you're out there giving people this advice, these Capitol rioters, telling them to file these lawsuits that, by the way, will cost these Capitol rioters money because they have to pay the filing fees, they have to pay lawyers. If you're actually advising them to do that, that could easily be considered legal malpractice. So while you're sitting there telling these people to make these stupid decisions because you're mad at those people, the prosecutors and the judges, you're actually potentially setting yourself up for a legal malpractice lawsuit, because those lawsuits cannot be filed, but you're telling people to do it as a lawyer. Now, if you're not telling them to do it as their lawyer or as somebody they have sought counsel from, you of course could be shielded from liability. But if these people do try to do this and then argue in court that, hey, this guy told me to do it, you're setting yourself up for a very world of hurt that you say the other people are facing. But no, it appears to be you at this point, bud. So maybe take your own advice and lawyer up, because it's not smart for a lawyer to go out there and give horrible legal advice to people that clearly will follow whatever a MAGA person tells them to do. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.